Excellent, Clive Ball.
Give us a call here at 0870-9090-973.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the one and only Mr. Iain Lee, your presenter.
I salute you all. Welcome to the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. Oh, there's very powerful stirring music there. Excellent stuff. The band can leave now if you want to. I'm English, and I'm proud of it. Don't worry, it's not a Nick Ferrari show. We're not going down that route, for goodness sakes. But are you an English person? Let's start, first of all. What do you think of the Welsh, the Irish, and the Scotch? Do we call them Scotch? Scots? Scotch or Scotch? Scotch will do, I think. And likewise, if you're a Scotch, what do you think of the Welsh, the Irish, and the English? We know the Welsh are a bunch of miserable so-and-sos who don't like anybody. And the Irish, they're really friendly and love everyone, don't they? Or am I just talking stereotypes? What do you really think of the people that we're kind of associated with in the British Isles? Is there one race in the British Isles, out of the English, the Irish, the Scotch and the Welsh, that's better than the others? Is there one that's rubbish? I'm not being racist, I'm just speaking as I find. Maybe a little bit racist. No, I'm not being racist. It's an absolutely terrible, shameful thing. What we want some Welsh to phone up, not too many, one or two. We want some Scotch, and we want some Irish to phone up. We want to know what you think of us. Can you do that? Can you give us a call? 0870 90 90 973. Now, as an Englishman, I have a stereotypical image of Scots people. For example, they're always drunk, they're a bit tight with their money, and they wear kilts. That's the stereotypical, slightly offensive, very narrow-minded image I have of the Scots. What do the Scotch think of us? What is the stereotypical image of the Englishman to the Scotch? And for the Welsh, you know, what do we think of the Welsh? We think burning holiday homes whenever they get the opportunity, singing, and used to be good at rugby. But what do the Welsh think of the English? And the Irish, drinking Guinness, kissing a Blarney Stone, and playing piccolo with the leprechaun. That's what we think. And again, it's slightly offensive, it's slightly narrow-minded, but what do the Irish think of the English? Can you give me a call and let me know? And put forward your case to defend your nation. Why should we keep your nation and not get rid of it? We'll give you a minute to defend yourself and put forward your case. What do they wear? I've been to Scotland many, many times. I love it. Absolutely lovely up there. But you do see men walking around in kilts. Absolutely true. Been to Wales a couple of times. You do see tarty women wearing short skirts. I don't know if that's the national dress of Wales. But if you go to Cardiff, 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, you'll see a lot of slightly chubby tarty girls walking around as bold as brass. Never been to Ireland. Couldn't tell you what it's like. Do Scottish people actually eat haggis? Do they? Or is that nonsense? 0870 90 90 973. I want to speak to some Welsh, to some Irish, and to some Scotch. And you know, we have like Irish jokes, which you're not really supposed to tell now. They're not very funny anyway. So that's a good reason for not telling them. The Irishman, whatever. Do the Irish have jokes about the English? Or about the Scotch? Or about the Welsh? 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Who do the English like the most out of the Irish, the Scotch, and the Welsh? And who do we really not have any time for? I think I know the way this vote's going to go. I'm not going to prejudice it by saying what I think. I think I know which way this is going to go. I think I know which one out of those three the English don't like the most. For some reason, I don't know what the reason is. And does anybody like the English? Really? Because we're a little bit nasty, aren't we? We've always been bullies. We're quite obnoxious. We're very arrogant. We think we're the best. Does anybody like the English? Is it just the English and George Bush that like the English? Give us a call. The text number as well, if you want to text in. And boy, do I need your texts to get up that text league. I'm in a shameful place at the moment. We'll have a look a bit later on. The text number is 0771 776 0973. And you can email as well if you want to. If you've got a computer plugged into a phone line, then Iain, I-A-I-N, at lbc.co.uk. But I'd rather have your phone calls, and the phone calls are stacking up. If you do call in, you'll speak to either Joe behind the glass or Agent Chris. They're quite busy at the moment, so if you're trying to ring through, you're not getting an answer, keep trying, for goodness sakes. Who do the English people like the most out of the Irish, the Welsh and the Scotch? Who do we hate the most? And if you're one of those nationalities, what do you think of us, the English? Because we're all a little bit arrogant here in England. We think everyone loves us. Everyone loves us because, well, no, we didn't invent television, do we? That's the Scotch invented television, I think. I could be a bit wrong here. I'm not totally sure. Well, the Scotch have given us television and whiskey. The Irish have given us Guinness. Again, a little bit stereotypical. Have the Welsh ever given us anything? I'm trying to think. The Charlotte Church. Thank you very much. Yes, that will do. Have they given us anything else, though? I don't know. 0870 9090973 is the telephone number. Are you a stereotypical Scotch? Do you eat haggis? Are you a bit tight with money? Where does that come from? The tight with money thing as well. I genuinely don't know. The haggis thing because obviously they eat haggis. The kilt thing because they wear kilts. The caber thing because they're always tossing them. But where does the tight with money thing come from? I don't know that. Give us a call. Let us know. We're talking about that. We're also asking, what do you wear to bed? I'll tell you why this is, because last night I wear boxers in bed. Let's not mess around. It's not an attractive sight, but I do. I feel I need a little bit of protection, a little bit of comfort and support down there. But last night, for the first time this year, I wore my boxers, I wore socks, and I wore a T-shirt because I was flipping freezing. I was LBCing cold like I haven't been for a long, long time. So what do you wear in bed? Do any ladies wear sexy clothes to bed? Does that actually happen? And by sexy clothes, I mean sexy underwear and things. I don't know. Or negligee. And ladies, what would you consider to be sexy for a man to wear in bed? Give us a call. Nightwear, and who do you like the most out of the Welsh, the English, the Irish and the Scotch? 0870 9090973, but it's 4:13 and 30 seconds.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
Sue, I can take it. Give me your best shot, baby. Come on.
Right, you sometimes tell porcupines you're inclined to be trivial. You know, it's all too light, really, and you haven't got Mr. T, have you?
Hello, you. Good afternoon. Welcome. 2 questions on the go. What do you wear in bed? What do you find sexy on someone in bed? And who is the best out of the English, the Welsh, the Irish and the Scotch? Who is the best? Who is the worst? It's not racist, it's discussion, okay? So all the people texting in, oh, you're being racist. Oh, was rubbish. Iain, this is a good text, let me read this. Iain, sometimes in our lives we make mistakes. Your management has made a big one by giving you a job. It's time to switch off. Don't switch off. There are plenty of other radio stations on the go. London Live, for example, do an excellent show right now. They don't. It's rubbish. So you'll come back to us, I know. Let's go to Malcolm, who's in the queue. Hello, Malcolm.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. What can I do for you, sir?
A couple of points, actually, Ian. One is they're Scots, not Scotch.
They're Scotch. What?
Scots.
The Scotch, yeah.
Yeah, they're S-C-O-T-S.
Oh, Scotch. Sorry, yes, the Scotch. Sorry.
And also, I employ quite a lot of people in the building industry. And I never give a Welshman a job because he wants Wednesday afternoon off for fire practice.
Is that a joke?
No, it's true.
Is it true or is it a joke, Malcolm?
It's a bit of a joke, mate. Just what you like to...
Hang on a second, stay there. We can make this work. Here we go, hang on. Do it again.
What's that?
Say the joke again, let's have it.
I work in the building industry.
Yep.
And I never give a Welshman a job because he wants Wednesday afternoon off for choir practice.
Malcolm, thank you very much. Well, an excellent start to the show. Unbelievable. What was that? I didn't get it. Hopefully Dean in the Staines can do better. Hello, Dean.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
Dean, I am over the moon to be speaking to someone called Dean.
Good.
Thank you.
I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If an Irishman is a paddy,
Yep.
a Welshman's a taff,
Yep.
and a Scotsman is a jock,
Yep.
then what would you call an Englishman?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Where does taffy come from?
I don't know.
Wait, the jocks. I don't know where any of these come from. Well, there must be. We must be able to trace this back to some historical reason where these names come from.
Well, maybe somebody out there has got the answer.
Dean, well, you know somebody out there will have the answer, and fingers crossed
right.
they'll call us on 0870 9090 973. Jocks. Do they say jock? They say ock.
Well, you can say sweaty sock as well, can't you?
Sweaty sock. That's rhyming slang for jock, yeah. But jock must come from. Is jock like a Scotch name or something?
Possibly.
We don't know, do we, Dean? Dean, is there one out of those three? I'm assuming you're English.
I am English.
Terrible assumption to make, I apologise. Is there one out of those three you like more than the others?
Well, I've been to Ireland a few times, so I'd probably guess that I'd sooner be a paddy if I was to be anything else.
I think this is not. I think that's the way it's going to go, Dean. But we will see what the rest of London thinks. Thank you very much for that. 0870 9090 973. There's a good point. Where does paddy come from? I suppose because a lot of Irish people are called paddy. I'm guessing. Jock for Scots. I don't know. Taffs. Agent Chris is a Welsh. Agent Chris. Chris. Do you know where Taffy comes from? Nope. Nope, he doesn't. Okay, there we go. That's it. He's failed the first of the Welsh test questions. Branch in the Haze. Hello, Branch.
Hello.
Branch, that can't be your name.
No, it's Hazel.
No! What's happened here? It's all gone psychedelic.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Now, in the old days, this will count for good afternoon radio, but not anymore. We've upped the stakes a bit. Branch, what can I do for you?
Yeah, I'm half Welsh.
You're half Welsh and?
Half English.
And which half of you do you prefer?
Welsh.
Why?
Because every time I go home back to North Wales, it's lovely there.
Yeah. Bit boring, though, isn't it?
Sorry?
A little bit boring in the Wales.
No, it's lovely.
Give me two good things about Wales.
Mountains.
Right, mountains does not count as a good thing. Mountains are boring and they're a pain. Give me another two things.
Shut up.
Who's that?
My husband shouting nanny goats.
Well, yeah, there we go, you see. Now, I wasn't going to mention the goats or the sheep, but again, it's... tell your husband to shut up.
Shut up. No, do you know what you're saying about...
Is he Welsh?
Taff.
Yes.
It comes from the River Taff.
There's a River Taff. Oh, there we go, you see, right.
Yeah.
So we've got that one. Where does paddy come from?
I've no idea. Not many Irishmen.
No. Hazel, listen, I'll let you get back to making love to your husband. He sounds like he's ready for it. Wow, what an afternoon in their house. Should have asked her what she wore in bed. Should have. So there we go. River Taff. Who would have thought it? What a crazy name for a river. Okay, well then why? I'm guessing the Irish are called paddy because a lot of them are called paddy. But the jocks... And is there a name for the English? Diana's in the East Finchley. Good afternoon to you, Diana.
Good afternoon, Ian. I was just going to tell you why the Welsh are called Taff.
Diana, why don't you tell us again and do it better than that last woman?
Because the river that runs through the capital city of Wales, Cardiff, is called the River Taff.
The River Taff.
And I think the Irish are called paddy because I think the Irish for Patrick is something like Padraig.
Padraig?
Yeah, P-A-D-R-A.
The Irish have that funny writing outside their pubs and things. They have funny writing. I never know how to pronounce the Irish words.
Well, it probably is. I'm just guessing at that.
Well, what about the jocks then?
I think it might be to do with the name John, but I'm not...
No, you're stretching my... Because John means Ian in...
Yes, it does, I know.
Or the other way around, one way's which.
Yes, because my husband is half Scottish and he's called Iain.
Yeah.
So
does he spell it the proper way?
He spells it he spells it I-A-N.
Well, how can he be half Scottish if he spells it incorrectly?
Well, go on then, let's get mixed up. My daughter's Australian boyfriend spells it his Ian, I-A-I-N.
Which is the correct way to spell it, the correct way.
But my husband's second name is Alistair and he spells that the right way, so, you know.
Is there a wrong way to spell Alistair?
Yeah.
Well, what's the right way?
The Scottish way is A-L-A-S-T-A-I-R.
So not like Alistair Stewart then, who does it with an I?
That's right.
And needs a good slap. He doesn't need a slap. I take that back. So, Diana, what are you?
Well, my father is half Welsh, half English. My mother was half English and half Scottish, so I'm everything.
So you're half English, a quarter Welsh and a quarter Scotch?
That's right. Scots! You keep saying Scotch is the drink.
Yeah, and that's what they are.
No.
The Scotch?
No. Scotch is the drink.
Yeah.
Scots.
Scotch.
S-C-O-T-C-H.
Scotch.
S-S Scots.
Scotches.
Scottish or Scots.
Diana, thanks for clearing that up. There we go. A conclusive proof. It's the Scotch. I don't see what the fuss is about. 0870 9090 973. No one has really conclusively put forward. Come on now. Let's take the gloves off. Let's get nasty about this. Who is the best? Who is the worst? Well, who do you think is genuinely the best? I mean, we're a little bit standing close to the wind here, but we can keep it on the right side of just being a little bit nasty. I think a lot of people are going to go for the Irish. Everyone seems to love the Irish because they got St. Patrick's Day and Guinness and whatever. But I don't quite know why we prefer the Irish over the Welsh. And the Welsh are a bit of a joke, really, it would seem. But why is that? And what do the Welsh, the Irish and the Scotch think of us? The English? And do they have jokes about the English? I know the French have jokes about the English being dirty or something, and the Americans have jokes about us having bad teeth. But what jokes do the Irish have about the English? They must have some. Surely. 0870 9090973 is the telephone number. We're taking your calls on that. We're also asking, what do you wear in bed? Does anyone still wear pyjamas? And can pyjamas ever be sexy? I suppose I've seen some silky ones on a lady once, in a movie. They were quite sexy. Girls, what do you consider sexy in bed for men to wear? You can give us a call, you can text as well, 0771 776 0973. We'll have more of your calls, your texts, and I believe some of your emails, as soon as we've done this.
Iain Lee.
What? Oh, sorry, I do apologize. We're on the radio. I apologise for that. We've got some texting on 0771 776 0973. Iain, Welsh are rude, Scotch are stupid, Irish are drunk, English are arrogant. I come from the Channel Isles. Well, what does that... Suppose saying the spanner into the works, Chris. What does that make you? Iain, I'm an English man with a very Welsh name. I prefer the Scotch, but over the Scotch, I prefer the Bourbon. From Bryn Jones. I like the Scotch best. Second is the Welsh and the Irish last. More of your calls, your texts, and your emails after the latest LBC 97.3 news.
Iain Lee.
This is the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. We're asking the questions that no one else dares to or can be bothered to, really. Who's the best out of the Welsh, the English, the Scotch and the Irish? And what do they think of us? And I genuinely want to know. We obviously have jokes about the Irish being, oh, they're a little bit thick, they're a little bit silly, generally not very funny. There's a couple of them that are quite funny. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But do they have jokes about the Irish? Well, give us a call if you know. 0870 9090973. Dominic from England has emailed in. English are better than Scotch because we rejected those Norwegian salesmen who tried to sell us the kilt in the mid-1500s. Bit of history here. They came to England, and we told them to get lost. They then went to Scotland, posing as the King of Norway's dressmakers, and sold it to them under a lie. Is that true? The whole kilt thing is based on a lie? What the hell is a sporran? What is a sporran? It's not even a word, is it? Iain, Paddies came to be called Paddies after St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. From Paddy. Well, where does Jock come from then? And what are the English? Someone said the English are monks. That's not very nice, is it? I can't understand. Oh, and Christine in Cheshire has sent in a very strong email here. That's another complaint. We will keep reading out these complaints. I think it's good to be done, just so we acknowledge them. Because you always get on complaints. I bet you won't read this on the radio. Well, I will. Iain, you have really, really upset my little 8-year-old daughter, Rebecca. Oh, dear, I've upset a child. Apparently, you said yesterday that Harry Potter was only for kids. For some reason, this has upset her so much it was still bothering her this morning, and she said to Daddy that this horrible man on LBC had said that Harry Potter was only for kids. Do you know what? It's a kid's book! I'm sorry to make an 8-year-old cry, it's not my ambition, but it's a book for kids. Enough. What do you wear in bed? Samantha, who is in the Earl's Court.
Hi, Iain.
Hey, Samantha, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Always nice to talk to you. What do you wear in bed?
Well...
What a great first question to ask. You speak to a lady with a lovely voice, a lovely American accent. First question, what do you wear in bed?
Well, it kind of depends.
Yeah, I bet. On what?
Well...
On whether you're going to get fruity or not. Do you have a fruity outfit?
A few.
A few? Well, like what?
Well, no, I mean, just normally, if I'm home, I'll just wear, in the summer, just panties, and then, in the winter...
It's all gone a little bit seedy and sleazy. Agent Chris's ears have perked up, though. That's good. Go on. Yeah.
And then in the winter...
So nothing up tops?
What?
Nothing up tops?
Not during the summer.
No, that'd be foolish.
And then in the winter, because it's a bit colder, I'll wear panties and then, like, a tank top or something, because
a tank top? Well, hang on, a tank top?
Yeah.
Well, suddenly the image has just come crashing down around our ears. Tank tops are not...
No, like pajama tank tops. They have them.
Pajama tank tops?
Yeah.
What, you mean like a sort of jumper without sleeves?
Yeah.
All right, okay, that's interesting.
Because my philosophy is I have lots of covers.
Yeah.
So, if I get hot, then I can just take off the covers and cool down. And,
wow.
But if I'm staying with friends, I do have wholesome pajamas.
So you have decent family clothes that you can wear.
Yeah.
And supposing the fellas, supposing you've finished doing it in your car, which I know you're a fan of, and you decide to move back to the bedroom, do you have a specific outfit that you think, this will get any man, even a dead man, in the mood? Well, although I won't use to have sex with a dead man, that's wrong, sorry.
Well, generally, the underwear I go for, I always have that in mind.
Okay. I think we have to be careful because it's a little bit in the afternoon, but you've given us a lovely image.
And, but for men...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what looks sexy on a man in the bedroom?
Okay, well, for one thing, in the winter, I do like pajamas, but it depends, it has to suit the guy right.
There is no such thing as sexy pajamas.
No, I don't know how to describe. Just maybe cotton, maybe solid dark green pajamas. They can be
solid dark green pajamas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, and then they can be really sexy if they don't have the top on. They just have the bottom.
But they've got to be quite buff, have they, to carry that off?
Well, it depends, I guess. It just has to suit them. And then it can just be boxers. But I don't like what do you call them? Y fronts. You
don't like? Well, no one likes Y fronts. Supposing he slipped on your underwear by accident, would that be all right?
No.
Okay, we're just checking, Samantha. We're just checking. Samantha, thank you very much for that. You've certainly made everyone's journey home a little bit brighter, I believe. Thank you. Just checking, because some people, that's fine. Is it not? Okay. What do you wear in bed? What is sexy for men in bed? Pyjamas can't really be sexy. I trust Samantha's opinion on that, but pyjamas can't really be sexy. I wear nothing but a smile in bed, says Danielle in South Norwood. James is in the Palmer's Green. Hello, James.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, mate. What can I do for you?
Hi, I thought I'd talk to you about some Irish people.
Yep.
Okay, well, about a few weeks ago, some Irish people moved about 2 doors up from me.
Yeah.
And the next door neighbour was a bit upset because the Irish people have been moved from a council estate.
Right.
And they're a bit noisy.
Yeah.
And they leave rubbish in the road. My next door neighbour was crying.
But that's not just because they're Irish. That's just because they're bad neighbours, surely.
Yeah, but also they're Irish.
Right.
And
but I must just say, I'm sure the whole Irish race is not like that. But you think they are?
I wanted to tell you something.
Go on.
But recently their dog was running around in the road and pestering everyone off. Everyone knows them as the Irish family with the Irish dog.
Yeah. And
then it got run over.
Well, there you go. There's a jolly story. Hope your drive home is a lot better now. I'm sure... No, what's that? Listen, in the old days of the afternoon show, what I believe they call in the radio world drive time, that kind of call may have been acceptable. On the 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless show, we expect 100 times better than that. At the very least. At the very least. Who do you like the best? The Irish, the Scotch, the Welsh, or the English? 0870 9090 973. And what do you wear in bed? Let's go down to the gutter level. Let's speak to the woman on the street. It's Vicky in the Croydon. All right, girl.
All right.
All right, girl.
All right. I'm not in the gutter. I really resent that.
I don't mean in the gutter literally. I just mean you are our chavvy correspondent.
I am your chavvy correspondent, but hey, I don't live in the gutter.
I don't say you live in the... It's a metaphorical gutter with a roof.
With a roof.
But Burberry, I'm guessing. Burberry pyjamas.
No. No, I don't wear Burberry pyjamas. I usually wear...
Lots of bling. Lots of bling for bed. Lots of sovereign ring. Have you got a sovereign ring?
No, I haven't got a sovereign ring.
Well,
I have one ring, which I bought in Istanbul. And chavs don't go to Istanbul. They don't even know where it is.
That's true. That's true. But you are a chav. Okay, so what do you wear in bed, Vicky?
I wear usually like a vest top.
Yeah.
And a pair of, baggy pyjama bottoms.
You put the word baggy in there instantly.
Yeah, I'm really bad at, creating a good mental picture for people when I talk about what I wear in bed.
What do you think looks sexy on a man in bed?
Nothing.
Now, when you say nothing, do you mean...
I mean, they've got to be in nothing.
They've got to be naked?
Yeah.
But the male body, it's an unattractive piece of equipment, isn't it?
Sometimes. Depends what mood you're in. Sorry, I know it's really weird.
You listen, it's coming up to 4:45. You can't have a potty mouth like that, Vicky. So there's nothing. There's no underwear. There's no pyjama bottoms or
shorts are pretty good.
Boxers.
No, jockey shorts.
Oh, now what the hell are jockey shorts?
Well, boxers are a bit baggier, aren't they? And jockey shorts are more tight.
Jockey are the tight ones that cup and...
Yeah.
Vicky, thank you very much for that. 0870 9090 973. What do you wear in bed? What looks sexy? And what is a real passion killer in bed? What do you see a lady in bed? I know that James O'Brien was saying earlier on in the day, he dumped a girlfriend because of the pants she wore. What have you seen in bed you just thought, actually, I might get a cab? 0870 9090 973. More of the calls. It's coming up to 5:15.
Iain Lee.
You're an alcoholic. Hello, you. This is the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show, and can we have... Stop music, stop music, stop music. Very seriously, we've lost Joan Edmonds. Joan Edmonds, not Noel Edmonds, he's still with us. Joan Edmonds is no longer listening to the show. She has sent us a very strong email complaining about the content of yesterday's show, where I believe we discussed what she called the gay scene. And today she thinks it's highly inappropriate. She's looking for another radio station. Joan, I can only apologise. But good luck. Enjoy TalkSport. 0870 909... No, it's rubbish over there. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. We're asking a lot of things on the go. What do you wear in bed? What do you wear in bed when you go to bed? I'm normally a boxer short man. It's not an attractive image. I'm not an attractive gentleman, clothed or otherwise. But last night, for the first time this year, I wore a T-shirt and I wore socks as well to keep me warm. It was flipping cold. We're even talking about getting the electric blanket out of the attic. That's how cold things have got. It's not looking good. What do you wear in bed? And out of the English, the Irish, the Scotch, the Welsh, who do you like the most? Who do you like the least? Do a couple of these emails. Ian, sporrans are the metal things that Scottish people wear in front of their kilts. It shields their privates from something. I know that. I know what it is, but why? Ian, can't we just call ourselves British and go home? Well, if you want to go home, I don't know why. The others see us as rowdy footy fans with a pint in one hand and pork scratchings in the other, says Alex in Henfield. Ian, I'm from Wales and the English are mostly okay, except for Londoners and yobs from Berkshire. P.S. Are you going to do a show on Asians, Africans and Arabs? Well, you've got it a little bit wrong there, because Asians, that's a continent. So you misunderstood it. It's not offensive to talk about which is the best out of English, Scotch, Irish and Welsh. You're being offensive by classing that's a continent. So no, we won't. Paul in Bexley Heath says, Ian, let me educate you about what you call the Irish. The Irish come from Ireland, brackets Republic of, and the Northern Irish come from Northern Ireland. Both perceive themselves as different from the other because the cultures there are different. By the way, the Northern Irish invented the ejector seat. Well, that's good. Get your facts right. But they're the Irish, though. It's Ireland, isn't it? They're all Irish, aren't they? I don't know, it's confusing. What do we call the English? Chris is in the Forest Gate. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hello, Chris. What can I do for you?
Well, it's quite interesting. I'm teaching a lesson today in RE with a group of difficult year 10s, and the very subject came up.
How old is year 10? What's that, 13?
15.
15, okay. Why are they difficult?
Oh, they're just, well, we're teaching RE for a start, which I don't find terribly captivating, and we're talking about Islam, and the conversation came round to what do foreigners call the English people.
Yeah.
And I remember I read the book Papillon, and also I know people from France.
Oh, Papillon? Papillon. Oh, one of my favourite books ever, Henry Charrier.
Well, there's quite a lot of references to the English being called roast beef. R-O-S-B-I-F. Roast beef. Roast beef.
But the Welsh and the Irish and the Scotch ones there, that's a continental thing, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, true. But the Irish, I worked on building sites before I became a teacher, I have been called an effing tan at one stage.
Have you called a what?
A tan.
A tan? An LBC tan?
As in black and tan. You know the black and tans?
No.
Churchill sent them into Northern Ireland a long time ago, and they were quite thuggish sort of people.
Oh, I've heard of people being called tans before now. That makes sense.
The black and tans, they're a very nasty bunch of people sent in to sort out inappropriate behaviour.
These youngsters you were teaching RE to,
right?
Were they, in the words of Marcus Churchill, sods?
Not all of them.
But most of them.
About 5 or 6.
Chris, I know you can't give them a slap. It's against the law. But we can but wish for those happy days. Ian, Chanel number 5, darling. What else does a real woman need? Love from Alice in Devon. I've censored Alice's name. Alice has sent in a rude name. Vicky sounds gorgeous. Is she single? I'm always looking for a future ex-girlfriend, says Craig. Ian, what is this thing you've got with Richard Hakier? Is he really good looking or something? from Gemma. JJ from Chingford said, do you fancy Richard Hakier? He's a good-looking gentleman. We discussed yesterday who my gay choice would be. I forgot to mention, go to the LBC website, have a look at Richard Hakier. He's a beautiful young man. And you can say it, we discussed this on the weekend show before, you can say it and feel proud. Women in... Oh, of course, Tyler and Ealing, how could I forget this? Women in bed wearing just a smart gentleman's shirt. It's true. Absolutely true. The woman in the shirt that comes just sort of the mid-thigh. Very, very nice. 0870 90 90 973. The text number. Let me just have a look at the text league, because this has been sabotaged by Clive Bull or someone. It's all gone a little bit pear-shaped. But the text number, even if you want to text in to complain, I can't stress this enough, 0771 776 0973. Yesterday I was 12th in the league. Today I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just under Steve Allen. Again. We can do better. We can be text king by the end of the week. Easy peasy. Send in your texts, whether they're good or bad or indifferent. We want them. We'll take more of your calls, your texts and your emails after this.
Ian Lee.
After 5, I need to talk to you about scooters. Not the silly Ponzi silver ones that some businessmen still use. I saw a businessman on one of those little push scooters the other day. Well, you think it's 1999? Or is that the year they were trendy for 20 minutes? I don't know. But proper scooters, brum brum. If you've got one, if you've ever been on one, if you've ever ridden one, if you've got rid of them, I need to know what they're like. 0870 90 90 973. But before that, what do you wear in bed? Let's go to Alice, who's in the Isha. Hello, Alice.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Alice.
Hello. Well, actually, it's the most beautiful little nightie you could ever imagine. It's sort of like gossamer, right?
What's gossamer?
Well, it's very fine, very sort of...
Is it see-through?
See-through, sort of.
Sort of. If it was pressed up close... If it was pressed up close, I'd be able to see things.
Absolutely,
yeah. Well, lovely.
Yeah, that's what my husband says anyway.
Yeah.
But it's... what the point I want to make about this nightie that I wear, it's absolutely lovely. Yeah. It's sort of very autumny leaves on it, almost sort of transparent.
Right.
Thigh length, which is very attractive as well.
Yes.
I have had it, wait for this, I've had it about 30 years.
Oh, the nightie.
The nightie I've had for 30 years.
Yeah.
I say to my husband, I'm going to be buried in this because it is the most beautiful little thing.
Yeah.
Not a break in it.
No.
And I bought it from a company which used to do home parties. It was called Pippa D. Now, I don't think the ladies...
Now, Alice, I'm guessing, may I say something personal?
Yes.
You sound very old.
I am.
But why are you being all sexy in bed?
Well, because you're as young as you feel, or my husband says, as the lady you feel, aren't you? Actually,
it's going to be sick. Yeah. So, but this is you're an old woman wearing a see-through short nightie.
This little shimmy shirt, and it's absolutely pretty, pretty as well as sexy.
Yeah. And you're still at it.
Am I?
Are you?
Yeah, of course I am.
Every once in a while.
More than once in a while, sometimes. Depends.
Well, again, this is the afternoon. Let's be careful. People are going home from school.
Yeah, okay.
How many times is more than once in a while?
Oh, come on.
And you've got to be in your 70s?
No, I'm not. No, okay. I'm not in my 70s.
Okay.
No, I'm in my very, very early 60s.
Oh, really?
But I look a bit like Joan Collins.
Oh, like a leathery old turkey. Joan Collins says, I'm sure you don't, Alice. Alice, thank you very much for that. Do people in their 60s still have sex? I'm not saying that to be, stop having a go at old people. I'm genuinely surprised by that. In their 60s? Hey, Chihuahua. Well, we'll find out more about that when you listen to Clive Bull at 8 o'clock on what we're calling the Saga Show, coming up a little bit later on in the evening. Give us a call. Let us know what you wear in bed. I feel a little bit soiled now after that. Thanks, Alice. Anisha, 0870 90 90 973. Give us a call. What do you wear in bed? What looks sexy on a gentleman in bed? Is there anything really that looks sexy on a fella in bed? I don't think there can be. There can't be anything. We've had some Welsh phone up. We want some Scotch and some Irish to phone up now as well. And let us know what you think of the English. And who is your favourite out of the four? The English, the Irish, the Scotch and the Welsh. Which one is the best? Which is the worst? And are you a Scotchman that wears a kilt and eats haggis and plays bagpipes? Or is that just a little bit too much of a stereotype? And I do need to know about scooters. Have you got one? Are they any good? I'm thinking of getting one. I'm worried I'm going to look stupid and get run over. We'll have more of your calls, your texts and your emails after the latest LBC 97.3 news.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
I recommend it's a lot of restaurants do it now. It's called a salad bar. It's called a salad bar, and you can go to it as many times as you like.
Hello, you. This is indeed Iain Lee in the afternoon. Ah, it's a lovely cup of tea brought to me by Agent Chris. And Agent Chris, it is a lovely cup of tea, indeed. God bless you. What are we talking about? Let's have a little quick recap, shall we? Just in case you've just tuned in. Or you've forgotten. It's possible. What do you wear in bed? What do you wear in bed? Does anyone actually still wear... Oh, hang on. Ooh. Does anyone actually still wear pyjamas? I used to wear pyjamas when I was a young lad. But they never fitted me, because I'm quite lanky, tall, skinny and lanky. Never fitted. Always would sort of stop just below my knee. For a while, I wore a long nightshirt and a wee willy winky hat. I have got Windy Pops. I've eaten that excellent cheese ploughman sandwich of Marks & Spencer's far too quickly. I can apologise for belching in your ear on your journey home. A lovely nightshirt. But now I just wear boxers. Last night, for the first time this year, it was so LBC and cold, I wore a T-shirt, boxers and socks. And I did think about going into the attic at 2 in the morning to get the electric blanket. I thought, no, that's too much hassle. We'll do that next time we change the sheets. About mid-November. We'll do that. So what do you wear in bed? And if you're a gentleman, what do you find sexy on a lady in bed? We've got an obvious thing here from Craig on the A13. My fiancé wears a different outfit from Ann Summers to bed every Saturday night. Craig, have you just made it up to try and sound cool to your friends on the radio? Is that what you're doing? And ladies, what do you find sexy on a man in bed? Just, you know, not dressing up in that kind of sexy, let's dress up and have a bit of role play kind of thing, but just generally, what do you find sexy? Is it possible to sleep in sexy clothes? I don't think they are, because kind of almost by their definition, they're going to be quite uncomfortable, aren't they? They're going to be a bit tight here, and a little bit loose there, and a bit shiny there, and have laces and buckles there, aren't they? So what do you find sexy on a man to sleep in? And also, there's kind of a bed etiquette thing going on. I was woken up a couple of nights ago, 3 in the morning, by Fifi, my young lady friend, who woke me up because I apparently had too much of the bed. I had 75%, she had 25%. Well, she had 20%, the cat had the further 5%. Are there certain rules of bed etiquette? How much space should you take up? Agent Chris, bless him, he's a very tall gentleman. He's probably the same height as me, 6'3", 6'4". His bed isn't long enough for his body. He has to sleep at an angle. He claims there were no beds big enough for him, but he just needs a queen size, simple as that. But he has to sleep at an angle, which upsets his young lady friend very, very much. She gets a little bit stroppy about the whole thing. So, what's the situation in your bed? Who has the most of your bed, the biggest share of your bed? Who has the most pillows? Until recently, we had odd number of pillows in the bed. Whoever went to bed first got the most pillows. We now have an equal share, which is good. And do you sleep in a funny position? I find I have to sleep... How do I describe this? With the duvet, I have to have the duvet between my knees. It's not any kind of grind, there's nothing going on, but just between my knees, 'cause I'm a bit bandy and I've got weird-shaped legs, it kind of separates my knees and it makes it more comfortable. So, how is there some kind of weird way you have to sleep? And do you prefer a duvet or a sheet? And do you prefer... I love being cold in bed. I like being freezing cold in bed. I like the bedroom to be warm, but I like the cold to be cold in bed. Give me a call, 0870 9090 973. We are still asking as well. Who do the English people like the most? Is it the Scotch, the Irish, or the Welsh? And why are the Scotch called the Jocks? We've got the Paddy, because of St Patrick's. We've got the Taffs, because of the River Taff. Why are the Jocks called the Jocks? And what do they call the English? And who do you like the most? Who do you like the least? Most people on the text and the emails are saying they like the Welsh least of all. And that's kind of the way I thought it was going to go. But why is that? Oh, I've just got the podcast league. We'll do that in a minute. We'll have a proper update in a minute. Why is that the case? I don't know why we dislike the Welsh so much. 0870 9090 973. And I need to know, I'm so tempted to get a scooter. Really tempted. But I need to speak to some scooter owners and users. Have you ever been on a scooter? Give me the good points. I'm guessing... let me know how much it costs, what the good points are, and what the bad points are. Good point. I guess you don't pay congestion charge. I think they're quite cheap to run. There's got to be some bad points. And as a 6'4", skinny, lanky man, can I look anything but stupid on the back of a scooter? And are there rules? With my driving licence, will I be able to ride a scooter? I genuinely don't know. Give us a call, 0870 90 90973. On the subject of what you wear to bed, Tracy is in the Chelmsford. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, Ian, again.
Hello, Tracy, again. How are you?
I'm fine.
Are you the Tracy that emailed me?
I am.
Hello, love, you alright?
Yeah, I think you're brilliant.
I think you're brilliant.
No, really, I think you're such a breath of fresh air.
Bless you.
You're so funny.
Tracy, what do you wear to bed?
Right, and normally, I mean, again, it depends on the weather, but normally I just wear my knickers because I've got this thing about if anything was to happen during the night, I'd be quite happy to run out of the house in my knickers, but not naked, you know what I mean?
This is the thing. David Prever, I learnt a little bit too much about the Preve today, but he sleeps naked. And I said, well, supposing a burglar comes in, or there's a fire, or whatever, you can't tackle a burglar naked, can you? You can't do it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean...
But are they what ladies, I believe, call comfortable knickers, or are they sexy knickers?
No, I'm a Marks and Spencer's underwear person myself.
Yeah, that's a shame. Never mind.
Sensible but sexy at the same time.
So that's if the weather's quite warm. What if it's a bit cold?
I tend to put on, like a vest top, and if it's really cold, I put socks on as well, which is really sexy, of course.
Yeah.
But the one thing I would say is my partner, he's an Arsenal supporter. And he really likes it when I put his Arsenal shirt on.
Now, there's something about that. Is there anything more sexy than a woman in a football shirt? I'm not a big fan of football. Woman in a football kit. Do you get your girlfriend, your wife, to put on your favourite team's football shirt? Maybe you dress up as a referee as well. 0870 90 90 973. It's now 13 minutes and 30 seconds past 5.
London's LBC 97.3.
Ian Lee.
Call 0870 90 90 973.
Ian Lee says cruises are for chavs and common people. Well, he'd have to say that. He can't afford to go on one, poor soul.
Got a text here. LBC. Drive time should be informative, discussing news of the day. Whilst I like Ian, he's better after 9, from Nick. Well, luckily this isn't drive time. This is the 3-hour, 4 till 7 Ian Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. Is it Nick Ferrari? Is that Nick Ferrari's phone number? Well, it doesn't matter if it is or not. I don't care. Ian, I used to love listening to you on the weekend, but I think you should stay there. My kids are in the car at drive time, which it isn't now. It's a bit too much explaining the fruity bits to them. Tone it down, says Sharon. And the next text just reads, thong, bunny pants, fluffy tail ones. That's the mixture of texts that we're getting through at the moment on 0771 7760973. I just read out a text from Craig, who's on the A13, whose girlfriend, every Saturday night, wears stuff from Ann Summers. Surely every man's dream. He's texted back. Ian, I did not make that up. She works for Ann Summers. She tests them. No, I don't think it's cool. It's annoying. I'd like her to wear something normal. What the hell, man? Are you crazy? Ian, I wear a nightshirt in bed when I'm sleeping with my husband, and nothing when I'm sleeping with my boyfriend, says Shirley and Hayes. Oh, my word. Ellie's in the Hampton. Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
Hello, Ellie. What can I do for you?
I'm getting really wound up.
Oh, no, come on. Now, don't get wound up. Don't get wound up.
Pen. Have you got a pen and a bit of paper?
A pen and a bit of paper. Hang on, let me get a pen. I've got a pen. Let me get a bit of paper. Got it here. Away we go.
Right,
what am I doing? Sudoku?
Spell this. No.
You're doing Sudoku on the radio? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
No.
Bob!
S-C.
What?
S-C.
S-C.
O-T.
O-T.
C-H.
C-H. Scotch.
Now put an equal sign.
Equals.
And put...
What the hell is going
on?
on?
An alcoholic drink.
What? Write that.
Yeah, write it. I'm helping you here.
And, Ellie, I've got to say, this is making excellent radio. Alcoholic.
Drink. Right.
Hang on a minute. Let me calm down. We're not all speed writers. Okay.
Slow.
Yep, all right, love. Calm down.
Right, and now put S-C.
She is off her face, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Good girl. S-C.
O-T.
O-T.
S.
Yep.
That's Scots.
Scotch.
No, Scots.
Right, Scotch.
And that's a person.
That's Scott. Who is Scott?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Who is Scott? I used to go to school with someone called Scott McNeish. It's not him, is it?
No.
Ellie, listen. Ellie, okay, Ellie, have you got a pen and paper?
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go. You turn the tables and suddenly... Ellie, the Irish.
Oh, yeah.
Who lives in Ireland?
Irish people.
Who lives in England?
English people.
Who lives in Wales?
Welsh.
Who lives in Scotland?
Scots.
The Scotch! You're spot on! It has to be the Scotch by the laws of language.
Oh, you're mad.
Ellie, what do you wear in bed?
Nothing.
Good girl. We like it. Of course it's the Scotch. The laws of language dictate it has to be the Scotch. Oh, I've had so many texts. Ian. Anna keeps texting. Ian, it's the Scots, like two boys' names. Scotch! But this is... I don't understand why everyone's so upset about it. Oh, I tell you what, let me, it's I should do this, actually. Let me quickly do this. Just the one. Just the one. This is from Raptor X, who is my podcast, iTunes LBC League update correspondent type thing. 94, David Prever. 68, one off the funniest number in the world, it's James O'Brien. 36, Sandy Toksvig. 32, Nick Ferrari. 30, Clive Bull. 23, Steve Allen. 16, out of the whole world, or the country, or whatever, me. It's this show. These are the... Oh, sorry, I've got to do the music there to close it off. That was really badly... Yeah, we get the idea. But basically, the podcast... yesterday's show should now be up on the podcast. We are going to be podcasting this show. They normally come out the next day. So yesterday's show should be on the podcast. Go to the iTunes website, because that's the one that bumps us up the league. And also, an exclusive. We've got our first podcast exclusive on the website at the moment. My interview with Kiss frontman Gene Simmons. The whole... Was it about 25-minute interview, something like that? 25 uncut, raw minutes of me with one of my heroes, Gene Simmons. Now, we're going to be playing little bits and pieces of this next week during the show. We're going to drop in little 2-minute sections or something. But this is never going to be broadcast in its entirety. Go to the iTunes website, 25 pure minutes of Gene Simmons from Kiss, exclusive to the podcast. Go and download that. Let us know how you get on with it. Debbie's in the bandstand. Hello, Debbie.
Hello.
Hello, Debbie. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. What can I do for you, Debbie?
Well, we were just talking about bed etiquette earlier, about...
Debbie, what's going on? What's all that screaming?
Sorry?
What's all that screaming in the background?
Oh, that's my lovely little baby.
How old is your little baby?
She's 5 months old.
Oh, bless her. Well, tell her to shut up and carry on. Doesn't work with them, does it?
Well, actually, I was thinking about bed. You should have like half 50-50. And in Germany, in actual fact, they have 2 duvets on a double bed. So you actually do get half of the bed. Half the male, half the female.
The Germans are crazy, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that's not racist, it's a fact. It's a fact.
But you see, in winter, it works really well because you don't lose any of your duvet. But I was just saying that we have a 5-month-old baby who's still in our bed, and she sleeps in the middle, and she has all of the bed.
Really?
We just get a tiny bit of bed, so...
Debbie, turn your radio off. Quite often, my cat dominates the whole of the bed, which is quite an annoying thing. Sometimes I'll find myself pushed up into one corner because Velvet, my stupid, clumsy cat, has decided to take up the whole thing. And I can't push her off because she's so lovely.
Yeah, and they make a little patch warm, don't they?
Yeah, they're very nice.
Warm, and I can't move her.
Now, Debbie, you've got a 5-month-old baby. I'm guessing you kind of stopped dressing up for bed.
Yeah.
I'm not being rude. That's probably the case, isn't it?
That's the case. And also you're saying, what do you wear to bed? Well, actually, it's just, you grab anything that you can when you go to, you're that tired when you go to bed. You just grab anything from the cupboard and put anything on.
You just grab your sleep when you can. I've not got a baby, but I know people who have. That's what you have to do. 0870 9090973 is the telephone number. We've not had... I want more Irish, Scotch and Welsh to phone up, please, and tell us what you think of the English, of us. What do you think of us? Do you hate us? We're quite an arrogant... obnoxious maybe... No, we're an obnoxious race. Generally, aren't we? There are 1 or 2 exceptions, of course. I include myself in the exception as being a genuinely loving, caring gentleman. But some of them... nasty people. Nasty work. What do you think of us, and what do you call us? We know the French call us roast beef. Is it China or Japan that call us guaylo, which means, like, white devil or something? I'm not quite sure which one's which. Oh, look, all these people getting straight. It's Scotch! For God's sake. Ian, Sahib from Catford says, Ian, I wear a thobe in bed. It's an Arab-type clothing thingy. A thobe? Can someone phone up and tell me what a thobe is? T-H-O-A-B? Ah, very nice. Ian, I was very disappointed when I heard you'd be taking over the drive time slot. I thought when you moved to this slot, you would improve, but you proved yourself wrong. Well, I haven't. I've proved myself right. By the time you read this text, I'll be listening to Radio 4. Enjoy it, because it's quite dull at this time of the day. I've checked it out. Listen, give us a call. 0870 9090 973. I need to speak to you if you've got a scooter. What are the rules of having a scooter? Can a lanky 6'4" man ever look cool on the back of a scooter. I'm not sure it's possible. I don't think it's possible. You can email as well, Iain, I-A-I-N, @lbc.co.uk. More of your calls, texts and emails after this. Hey! He said that very quick, didn't he? Iain, I had to go to Wales for my biology A-level, and it was rubbish. The people were rubbish, the area was rubbish, the weather was rubbish, and I had a rubbish time. I'm English. So full of venom. And I would pick Scotch over Welsh any day. I've been to Scotland and they're really nice. Also, I wear short nighties in bed because anything else is uncomfortable. That's from Zara in Edgware. More of your calls, texts and emails just like that after the latest LBC 97.3 news.
The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
Well, you just got to tell him to stop lying all the time. Basically got this guy's bottom stuck in my face as he's bending over the machinery, but at least he's trying to get my thing out.
Chavvy Vicky has emailed in. It's all turning to sound like dating show this. Some guy heard Vicky's voice, thought she sounded hot. Oi, Iain! Tell that bloke who said I sounded hot and asked if I'm single that I am kinda, brackets, I am sort of seeing someone, but it's a slow burn. Now, Vicky, if he's listening, he's going to be gutted. And I'm always looking for an ex-boyfriend myself. Chavvy Vicky in Croydon. Well. Can we... But every time I do the show, someone wants to get hooked up with someone. It's either when Nicole's on the phones, or a caller phones in that sounds slightly sexy. It's all just a little bit unpleasant. Just calm down. Just have a cold shower. For God's sakes. We're talking about scooters. We're talking about nightwear and bed etiquette. Do you sleep in a funny way? Who's the best? The Irish, the Welsh, the English, or the Scotch? Suzanne is in the West Cliff. Hello, Suzanne.
Hi.
Hello, Suzanne. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Have you had a good day?
I've had a lovely day, thank
What have you been up to?
Oh, I've just been cooking all day.
Nice one. What have you called in, Suzanne?
Well, basically, I was just going to stick up for the Irish, because you haven't had any Irish calls, I don't
No, we haven't. I don't think we have, actually.
No, and I want to stick up for the Irish because we've got the best cooking, and obviously I'm living over here now, but...
Oh, hang on, you're not Irish.
Sorry?
You're not Irish.
I am Irish. I was born in Dublin. I've been living here 20 years now, but I'm posh Irish.
So posh Irish sound English, do they?
No, they don't. I don't sound English.
You sound completely English.
No. I don't sound English.
You don't sound Irish.
Well, I am Irish.
Okay. Well,
and I'd just like to say, because, we've got our cooking's the best, and if you go to Ireland, everyone's so friendly over there.
I can't think of a traditional Irish dish.
Right, well, there's colcannon.
Oh, no, fair play. We'll have a bit of colcannon. It's just mashed potato, but yes.
Well, no, with curly kale. You can do it with cabbage over here. And there's like the Irish soda bread, but it's the way they make them. They use the pure ingredients, like pure butter and cream, and there's no additives or anything.
Now, obviously, if you're Irish, which I'm still not sure about, you know that the English obviously have just loads of jokes about the Irish.
Yeah.
Do the Irish have equivalents for the English?
The Irish jokes. Sorry, my children are listening to me in the other room, and so I got a bit... Can I just say hello to my children, because I don't believe I'm talking on the radio?
No, you can't.
Hi, children.
No, you can't do that, Suzanne. We have rules here.
Hi, Bianca, Esme, Megan and Grace.
What are your children called?
Bianca.
No, that's not an Irish name.
No, I know, but I've been living here 20 years. My husband's not Irish.
Okay.
Anyway, what was the question you asked me?
Suzanne, it doesn't matter. What the hell is going on? It's turned into the Dave Lee Travis show or something. Whack, whack, oops. You want to say you've won a phoneless chord? Whack, whack, oops. It's snooker on the radio. It's a black question for 7 points. You can't put them and say hello to your kids, for goodness sake. Bianca is the most un-Irish... That woman was never Irish. Did you hear her voice? That was quite a well-spoken English woman. Deary me. If you're going to chat, listen, in the old days, that may have been fine. We've got rules here. It's a new regime. It's year zero. Starting from now. John is in the Sutton. Hello, John.
Hello, mate. How you doing? All right?
John, I'm all right. What can I do for you?
I was just ringing up about... I heard on the radio earlier on you was talking about Vespers, buying yourself one.
Well, now...
Or a
scooter. Now, a Vespa's the best ones to get.
Yes. They're the more stylish-looking ones.
Now, listen, John, I'm assuming you're a scooter rider, are you?
No, I've recently converted from a car. I used to ride a motorbike years ago, but...
I was on the back of a motorbike on Saturday morning. It was fun, but I think I would die in one. Quite literally. It's too scary, too powerful. I don't need that. But a scooter kind of chugging along. What's their top speed?
65 if you get a 125. If you get a 50, then they do about 40 mile an hour.
40 miles an hour. All I want to do is come from North London to West London every day for work.
No, that's it. So I do. That's basically what I do. I commute from Sutton now to Sloane Street.
How much do they cost, John?
It depends. They start at about 1800, and the one I got was 2006 because it's called the GT. It's a bit more chunkier than.
But a GT, hang on, a GT scooter. What does that give you?
Gran Turismo, it's called.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just a bit more chunkier. It's more of a bloke's bike instead of the girly-looking one.
I don't want to. The thing is, John, I'm 6'4".
Yeah,
I'm going to look stupid on a scooter, aren't I?
Yeah, so I think GT would be better for you, but they don't do it in a 50cc.
John, stay there. We've got Rod, who's on the South Circular. Rod, you're a bit of a scooter expert, are you?
I had a scooter and motorcycle dealership for a few years.
Can I just say that Rod has got the most manly voice I've ever spoken to in my life? Rod, could you say to me the name is Bond, James Bond?
The name is Bond.
That's it, John, isn't that cool?
Yeah, cool, man.
John, that's what you could end up sounding like if you ride a scooter for long enough.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Rod, what scooter have you got?
To be honest...
Hang on a minute.
I would never own a scooter.
Why not?
Because I've sold thousands of them, and I've had all the tales of woe and misery. Maybe 1 in 10...
No, you got Stephen Hawkins.
Right. What it comes down to is getting the right owner. People have very unrealistic expectations of what they buy.
Yeah.
For one thing, scooters have no, and I mean no resale value. You own it for a year and a half, you have to be prepared. Before you buy it, throw it in the bin afterwards.
Well, that's it, well...
So, I mean, if you can accept that, then fine. The other thing is the transmission on all scooters, bar none, unless you've got something very old and chain-driven, which you would look, I mean, you'd look like a deck chair on it, folded up.
John, he's kind of dissing you. This man sells them for a living, John. He's dissing you.
I'm not
dissing me, man.
I'm having a go at you here.
He's having a go at you.
You would look like a folded-up deck chair.
Really?
The point is, the transmission on these...
You keep saying the transmission. What does that mean?
Right, the bit what makes it go from the engine to the wheel is a wear part that wears out at a phenomenally high rate.
Oh, man.
If you tune a scooter, the shelf life is halved. We've made scooters in my shop.
Yeah.
50cc scooters with a bore kit. They will do over 90 miles an hour. They'll do it for about 10 miles and then detonate.
John, has your transmission gone yet?
No, mine's all fine. Mine's only brand new. I only got it a couple of months ago.
But it's not going to last more than another 6 months.
Oh, it will do. I've got a guy that works with me. He's got one. He's had it 2.5 years, and it's been fine. He's been.
And how often does he buy pellets, rollers, and variator components for it?
Nothing. He's just had it serviced the other day, 80-odd quid, and that was it. He's just had a couple of oil.
I've got no idea what's being said now. I've completely...
Well, there are transmission parts which wear out very, very quickly.
I don't know what you mean.
He's puzzling me.
John, listen, do not take this the wrong way. I'm going to have to cut you both off, because I've got no idea what you're talking about. For the last 4 minutes, I've been sitting here, and I brought the topic up. I can only apologise. I'm scratching my head. Transmission, variable ballpoint twisters. What the hell? I tell you what, can we get a lady? Can we get a lady scooter rider to phone me up and let me? Because the blokes just make it all technical. The scooter. I want to know how much it costs. Can I ride it with my licence? Is there any way of making me look cool on one? That's it. Let's get a lady. Agent Chris, can we get a lady scooter rider?
Sure.
Thank you. 0870 9090 973. Oh dear, I do apologise. Well, that'll please the people who thought this was a little bit childish, a little bit nonsensical. Ebony's in the Brixton. Hello, Ebony.
Hello. Well, I'm not actually in Brixton. I'm just from Brixton. It makes it a lot easier.
But you're a lady scooter rider, are you?
Oh, good God,
man,
yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Did you have a clue what those two blokes were going on about?
No, I wasn't listening. What were they saying?
Oh, it was boring. Really boring.
Oh, well, that figures.
Yeah, well, okay. So, Ebony, you ride a scooter?
Yes, I do.
What are the advantages of having one?
Right, the advantage of having one is that it's a lot cheaper to run than a car.
Yeah.
If you've got like a 125, which I have, tax is 15 quid a year.
Oh, come on!
You can slide down the side of like long traffic queues, which I normally do on a regular basis.
Love it.
You can zip in and out of like gaps in between cars.
Yeah.
What else?
No congestion charge, I'm guessing.
No, congestion charge is nil.
Oh, bring that on. Ebony, one final question. The most important question.
Yeah.
What colour is your scooter?
Mine is a black Piaggio Vespa.
Oh, see, now that sounds sexy. That sounds hot. I could do with that. If you've got any bad stories about scooters that don't involve transmissions going, can you give us a call and let me know? Because I think I should get one. 0870 9090 973. Should I get a scooter or not? That's the question that's being thrown open to you, London. We'll take more of your calls, your texts and your emails, but it's now 17 minutes to 6.
Iain Lee. Iain Lee.
You're listening to the best of Iain Lee.
Am I better than Clive Ball?
Yes, darling, you're better than Clive. My name is Vicky from Croydon, and I'm a hardcore chat. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Hello, you. This is the 3 hour, 4 till 7, Iain Lee afternoon wireless show. God bless you for listening. It's very powerful. Is that the Welsh, is it singing? That rugby? Rugby and hills, mountains, some always say. Someone was phoned up to say one of the good things about Wales is the mountains. What's good about a mountain? Oh, it's got a bit funky there. They must have teamed... I do love it. I do actually love it. Are you a Welsh? Can you defend yourself? Why do we hate the Welsh so much? I don't know why. I'm not, I'm being slightly jingoist here. But why do we seem to hate the Welsh more than we hate the Irish or the Scotch? We love the Scotch. We love the Irish. The Irish are all good, always up for the crack. Which means a completely different thing over there, I found out, much to my dismay, on a Saturday evening. But the Welsh, for some reason, we've got a problem with them. Why is it? If you're a Welsh, what is it like to be hated? 0870... Oh, I can answer that question myself, to be honest, from the texts and emails we've had in. Before anyone else gets in there with that. 0870 90 90 973. I wear... Oh, this is quite unpleasant. I wear an old Nick Ferrari LBC T-shirt in bed. This is from Toby and Hayes. And Mrs. Toby is always trying to rip it off and demanding, ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of a bleach-headed, bleach-toothed love god like Big Nickers Ferrari. I feel dirty for saying that. I feel wrong. Alan is in the Southfields. Hello, Alan.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Alan.
So, the Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have a problem with...
Oh, at last, this is someone who is actually Irish. You've got a proper accent, which is good.
That's very good, and you're going to put some diddly eye music on the background.
Of course we are, because it's an easy thing to do. Did you hear that woman phoning up, pretending to be Irish?
Yeah, but you see, she could well be Irish, because I've got a friend of mine who's here, who is from Ireland, but has no scent of an Irish accent at all. It's completely gone.
But she sounded like a posh English woman.
She did sound like a posh English woman. You need a bit of the Terry Wogans in you to get through the Irish.
To be sure. So, Alan, put forward the case for the Irish.
The case for the Irish. We are fun-loving, personal people.
Yep.
We get on well with everyone. We're just generally good people. And the main thing is we can laugh at ourselves.
Yeah.
And we laugh at ourselves very well. And the thing with the English, we actually do like the English. We just like a bit of banter with them. So it's not like the Scots and the Welsh where they actually have some sort of passionate hatred towards the English. We just think, it's not as bad after all.
Well, we've had the vote. We've had a lot of texts and emails coming in, and the Irish, from the English point of view, are in the lead. The English seem to like the Irish. I think there's some kind of affinity there. But we do like taking the LBC out of the Irish a bit.
Yeah.
Do the Irish have equivalent English jokes?
I wouldn't say the equivalent English jokes, but we're not. I come from Dublin, so we're less anti-English in Dublin than maybe some of the rural areas are. I mean, English people are called Fosnacks.
Are called what?
Fosnacks. S-A-S-N-A-C-H-S.
S-A-S?
N-A-C-H-S. Sassenach is an English person.
So that's a bit like Sassenach, isn't it? That's what the Scots call us now, I think, on it.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
It means English.
All right, okay.
Gaelic word for English.
Oh, I see. Now it's kind of making some Gaelic sense.
Or as my father would call them, Saxons.
Unfortunate word as well, Gaelic, isn't it?
It is, yes, Gaelic's a very unfortunate word.
It's a strange one to have as the name of your language. Alan, thank you very much. 0870 90 90 973. Why not end it on a childish joke? Why not? Why not? For goodness sake. Is this Sonia in Kingsbury? Sona?
Yep.
Sona?
It sure is.
Hello, Sona. What can I do for you?
You're talking about scooters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a sexy red Vespa.
A sexy red Vespa? You sound hot. Sona, what are the benefits of having a scooter? Because I really think I should get one.
You don't pay congestion charge.
Love it.
You can nip in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
You can park in most places.
Oh, I would guess, though, it gets nicked quite easily.
No, my one hasn't as yet, but I tend to find places where they won't get nicked.
Well, where's that, then? Give me some tips.
Well, I'm a lawyer. I usually park it in the court car park.
In the court car park?
Yeah.
Are you a police lady?
No, I'm a lawyer.
Oh, no, man. We've got a hot lawyer who rides a red Vespa around town. Do things get any better? This is every man's dream, surely. Are there any disadvantages to having a scooter?
Yes, if it's raining.
Hang on a minute, what's just happened there? Your voice has just suddenly gone from being quite shallow and hollow to being all echoey.
I've just come into my house.
Oh, nice. Wow, you live in a mansion or something. So yeah, if it's raining, you get soaking wet.
Yeah, you've got to worry about all your files and things that you've got to carry.
Yeah, luckily I'm not a lawyer, so I have no files.
Yeah, and you've obviously got to get changed.
Yeah. What do you wear on a scooter?
I tend to wear my jeans and a proper jacket.
Yeah. Do you think I'd look stupid on one, or could I pull it off? I'm 6'4" and skinny.
That could be a slight problem.
All right, love. All right, calm down. More of your calls, texts and emails after this. What? Oh, sorry, that's miles away then. Marianne says, these topics are rubbish. Up yours, I say, is my logical, mature argument. For God's sake, some fake and rubbish topics. Unbelievable. Ah, dearie me. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call on the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless show. Lindsay is in the Euston. Hello, Lindsay.
Hello.
Hello, Lindsay. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Lindsay, I'm fine. Should I get a scooter or not?
Definitely.
Why are they so good?
Because I'm 5'9" and I've got a Chinese import and I've got plenty of space on it.
But you're tiny, though.
5'9".
Yes, that's tiny, love.
No.
Well,
it's
7 inches shorter than me.
No, I go to bed with a smile and I'm Welsh. There's nothing wrong with a Welsh.
That's not a Welsh accent, Lindsay.
I'm Welsh.
You're right, proper common.
No, I'm not common. I'm from Camden, love.
Well, Camden isn't in Wales, love. It's in North London.
I love Camden.
But
Don't get a scooter, they're brilliant.
What? This is the ramblings of an insane lunatic. Camden is in London, Lindsay.
I'm aware of that.
But then how are you Welsh?
My parents are Welsh.
Doesn't count.
Does.
Doesn't.
Does. Anyway, get a scooter.
But you're quite short. I'm quite tall. Will I not look silly on it?
No, you get a right good model, you'll be fine.
I'll get a...
No congestion.
No.
Just go through the traffic, lock it out, you look sexy on it.
Yeah.
People love it.
Yeah, do they love it? Do you not find...
£4 a week petrol.
Okay. Can I drive it with my driving licence?
Yes. No, you need to do a CBI test.
Oh, here we go. Suddenly I've got to do another test, have I?
No, you do a proficiency test, a day's test, and that's it.
But in the old days, you used to have to ride it using your normal driving licence.
Yeah, but that's in the old days. We've moved on now.
The new days are rubbish, aren't they?
They are.
Where do I go and do this licence from?
Where do you live, north or south?
North. Near you, Camden, in London.
I live in Plumstead now, mate.
Whatever. You moved quick, yes.
I don't know where it is in North, but in London, in South, you've got Lewisham. There's a big one.
Yeah, I don't live in South London, Lindsay.
Oh, well, you need to go to a dealer and ask them. They'll put you in touch with them.
I'm sure I can find 1 or 2 dealers in Camden. I'm sure I can if I try hard enough. Ian, on the text, I went to Scotland for 8 days a few years ago, and it rained every single day in August. No wonder they complain so much. It's from Jeremy. Ian, the first requirement for riding a scooter is to lose all sense of self-respect and pride. The Welsh accent is cracking, isn't it? From Pete from Herne Hill, who I believe is a very, very old man. Should really be listening to the Clyde Bullshit. What other ones we got here? Scotland rules. Rebuild Adrian's Wall, said Jack and Victor in Glasgow. The Welsh and the Irish I can live with, but any race that eats minced offal in a sheep's stomach and plays a strangled cat is not for me, says Paul in Slough. Ian, I love wearing one of my husband's baggy old T-shirts in bed, and I think they look sexy, says Steph in Woking. Ian, the English aren't arrogant, we're just better than everyone else. Mark from Croydon says Shirley Bassey and Tom Jones are from Wales. Right, and that helps the argument. How? Give us a call. Who are the best? The Welsh, the Irish, the Scotch, or the English? Should I get a scooter? And I do want to know what you wear in bed. And what rules do you have in bed? How do you decide who sleeps on which side and who gets most of the bed? 0870 90 90 973. More of your calls after the latest news.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 90 90 973.
I now have a girlfriend as the direct result of the Iain Lee show.
Shish kebab.
Hello, you. Good afternoon, good evening. We've got to decide when evening is happening and afternoon stops and what the cut-off point is. I don't really know. I guess like 5:30 is 5:30. 6 is evening. 6 is definitely evening. We're definitely in the evening now. But when does it start? 5:30, quarter to 6? Is that evening? I don't know. There must be a website somewhere. Whenafternoonbecomesevening.com or something. It'll be somewhere on the internet. If there isn't one, that's what I'm doing this weekend. This is the 3-hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. We've got a lot of stuff on the go. It's the last hour, 53 minutes or thence about. So let's have a quick recap. Just in case you've tuned over from, I don't know, rubbish station and you found us and you think, hang on a minute, this is groundbreaking radio. And they're not playing records. I'm going to stick with this one. What we're talking about is what do you wear at night? Yeah, I know it doesn't sound very rock and roll, but we can make it good. We've had some cracking calls so far. What do you wear to bed? And we're still trying to find out what women find sexy on men in bed. And we're not talking about dressing up, for special sexy occasions, with the buckles or whatever. We're not discussing that. Just your general going to bed. What do you find sexy? What do you find hot? What do you find a real turn-off? Does anyone sleep naked? We found out the Preve sleeps naked. I've horrible image in my head now. Yes, I know Helen behind the glass is most upset by that description. I apologise to anyone. But I can't sleep naked. You need... How can I put this delicately? You need your privates to be supported. I'm having terrible trouble not saying rude things this evening, but we'll have a go. What's the bed etiquette? How much space do you take up in bed? Does it get a bit nasty? Have you had a row with your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife? Partner's a lazy word. Because of the amount of space you take up in the bed. I know I've been woken up with a swift elbow to the ribs for taking up too much space. Also asking about scooters. Do you really need to take a test to ride a scooter? Even a little 50cc one? Is that true? I'm very, very disappointed if that's the case. And who is the best? Out of the English, the Welsh, here comes one now. You Welsh, aren't you, Agent Chris? Yep. Good boy. The Scotch and the Irish. Who is the best? And who is the least favourite? And the least favourite is proving to be the Welsh. But I don't know why. Most Welsh people I know are generally lovely. They're lovely. Really nice folk. But we don't, as a nation, we don't seem to like them, and I don't quite know why. 0870 90 90 973. I do apologise. I've got a cup of tea here. I haven't touched it yet. Excuse me. Dave's in the service station. Hello, Dave.
Hiya.
Hello, mate. What the service station? Where the hell is that?
Well, I've just looked on the map. We're at Birchhanger Services, which is just off the M11.
I haven't got a clue. What can I do for you, Dave?
Well, basically, I've had this absolutely fantastic scooter for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
And would you believe I've probably only driven it about 200 yards down the road.
I don't believe that.
And it's probably the best scooter that you've ever seen. It really is.
Well, why have you only ridden it 200 yards?
Well, apparently I think you're supposed to have a crash helmet on.
Yeah.
And I haven't got one of those.
Right.
Secondly, I've got 2 or 3 cars and a van, and I haven't really had much call for it.
Why did you get a scooter if you had 2 cars and a van or whatever?
That's a good question.
But so you've never used it?
Well, not really. No, it's done about 100 miles. It's actually, I really ought to sell it, I think.
How many cc's is it?
Well, this is the cool part about it, and this is where really, you ought to consider this yourself, because you don't need any petrol at all.
Well, you need some petrol, surely?
No petrol at all.
Okay, explain that to me.
And it's not going to cost you a penny in road tax.
I feel a scam coming on.
There's no scam at all. It is absolutely the coolest scooter you've ever seen. You remember the old Lambretta, retro-style Lambrettas?
I have a vague inkling of what that's like.
With the chrome on and all the jazz on. Well, it's just identical to one of those.
You've been drinking, yeah?
Yeah, I've not been...
No, I'm only joking, yes.
And it's virtually brand new. I mean, it's only about 2 years old.
Dave, get to the catch.
Well, it's electric.
But what the hell would I want an electric scooter for?
Because it's as good, it feels like a petrol scooter.
How can it feel?
It looks like one.
How fast does it go? 12 miles a day?
About 40 miles an hour.
About 40 miles an hour, you mean 25?
No, I mean 40. It's absolutely first class. It looks like a real scooter. They're not cheap. I mean, these things are about 2,500.
What? I can get a proper one for 1,700. Someone told me.
Exactly. Well, that's why if you bought mine at half price, you'd get a bargain.
So what? You're offering me yours for 900 quid?
No, I'll let you have 1,250.
No, it's too much. I'll give you 900 for it.
Split the difference.
What?
It is a super cool machine. It really is.
Do I need to take a test to drive this thing?
What? I don't think you do, actually.
Well, no, I'm not convinced by your argument of I don't think you do, actually, to be honest. I'm not convinced by that. An electric scooter? I know we're all supposed to be eco-friendly and, let's all save the rainforest. And hell, why not? Let's save the rainforest. But electric scooters, I'd be the laughing stock of LBC Towers. I think I kind of am anyway. I think I am, from what I've heard whispered. Paul's in the Elaborate Grove. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Ian. Congratulations on your Transistor Wireless show. It's wonderful.
Well, it's kind of almost the right title, but thank you, Paul. God bless you for that. Paul, are you a fan of the scooter?
Well, I used to work for a scooter company. I've had many motorcycle shops.
Yeah.
I built my first bike when I was 12. I've been in the bike industry years. I wouldn't own one, no.
Why?
And I've ridden some really nice ones, because the LBC and kids nick them.
This is my thing. Of course the little so-and-sos are going to get them, aren't they?
And especially the ones round LBC, because I live around that area.
Yeah.
They will nick them and they will ride them up and down the towpath up by the canal at Sainsbury's and they'll dump it in the canal, end of scooter, and you'll lose 700 quid on your excess.
Oh, really? Is that
on your insurance excess, yeah, it's £700.
Well, then listen, you seem to be a man of sense. Do I need to have a licence for a scooter?
Yes, you do. What you do, right, you do what's known as a CBT, which is a day of training, compulsory basic training. It's like a cycling proficiency test.
Yeah.
But... the other thing, Ian, you will look stupid on a scooter.
This is my worry.
Your knees will be by your ears.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a 125cc trail motorbike.
Oh, man, I've had texts and emails on this. I can't do a motorbike.
No, 125 isn't that fast. It'll do 70 flat out.
Yeah.
I mean, on the motorway with the wind behind her.
Yeah.
And it's got enough acceleration. Don't buy a 50, they're too slow.
Paul, very quick before we go, how's the book going?
Very well, thank you.
Bless you, sir. It's a pleasure. We've got to move on because we're going to the news. Thank you very much. I knew I recognised that voice. Paul quite often drives me to and from LBC Towers every now and then. Lovely fella. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. Maybe I should get a motorbike, but then that's a different thing. Then you're in a different... Oh, man alive. And who's the best? The Welsh, the Irish, the Scotch or the English? You've got 45 minutes if you want to give us a call. 0870 9090 973. It's nearly exactly 6:14.
The 3 hour 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Hello, you. He says that so fast. He says that so fast indeed. I'm enjoying this. It's only day 2. It's going all right. Listen, by the way, let's quickly remind you of the podcasts. A lot of people saying, oh, we can't get... There's no podcast of this show. There are. They should be up there now. Okay, if you go to... You can get them from the LBC website, but they don't count in the podcast league. So hopefully the bosses have left the building now. They leave about 4:30. But if you go to the iTunes website, you can download the best bits from yesterday's show onto your iPod, your podcast, your computer, whatever. It doesn't have to be an iPod, any MP3 player or computer. And there's also an exclusive interview with Kiss frontman Gene Simmons. Whole 25 minutes, completely uncut from him walking into the studio to him going. It's all there. And we're going to play bits of it next week on the show, but we're not going to play the whole thing. So this is an exclusive to the podcasts, my interview with one of my genuine heroes, Gene Simmons from Kiss. Although 3 days later, I got a phone call from Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. It was a weird week. 0870 9090 973. John's on the A4. Hello, John.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. What can I do for you, John?
6 o'clock is good evening. That's how you answer a phone. It's 6 o'clock.
Well, hang on, because we were talking about when the afternoon stops and the evening starts. How do you know it's 6 o'clock?
Well, I work for the Met Police up at Scotland Yard. So I work in their emergency control room up there.
Yeah.
Any time after 6 o'clock, our Garlands are. You have to say good evening, police.
Is that part of the training on the 999 line?
Well, no, it's different on the 999 line. He just get on with it.
Oh, he doesn't bother with the niceties. He's like, what do you want?
Yeah, sort of thing, yeah.
Because it's an emergency. But so on the line that you work on, part of the training is they say, right, when it's 6 o'clock, you say good evening.
It's in our big handbook of things to do, answer a call.
Yeah. Wow. Are there any other... I say silly, but any other little things like that we should know? John has been cut off. He knows how to answer a call. He does not know how to sustain one. Well, there we go. John, he's gone. John's gone. Well, that's mysterious. I've got a feeling we're being monitored by government forces that do not want that information to come out. He's given away too much in this very tense atmosphere that we're living in at the moment. I believe that he's given away too much. Thank you very much, though, for daring to tell us that. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. You're only scribbling away those. We go to Trisha, who's in the Swanley. Hello, Trisha.
Hello.
Hello, Trisha.
I've got a question
that I can't answer.
I can answer it
you
for
or
you.
one of your listeners could.
I can answer it. What is it?
If people from England are English,
yeah,
and people from France are French,
yeah,
and people from Germany are German,
yeah,
people from Italy are Italian,
yeah,
why are people from Holland Dutch?
Oh, now that's a flipping good question. I thought I was being all cocky there. And
well, there you go.
They are, because it used...
I've got you tongue-tied now, haven't I?
You have, Tricia, and I believe that's your dream situation. Why are they called the Dutch? I don't know. I always get confused with Denmark.
They're Danish.
They're Danish, aren't they? But that's not Holland. Holland's a different country.
No.
I always get very... Tricia, we will put it out to London. Someone out there will know the answer, whether they'll be bothered to phone in or not. Maybe they're listening to Radio 4 now, the person who knows the answer. I don't know. 0870 9090 973. Why are the Dutch called the Dutch? Seems insane to me. A couple of emails here from Gabs. Ian, good show. One small thing. When you breathe in, would you mind parting your teeth? You sound like Hannibal Lecter. Who's Hannibal Lecter? Is he any relation to that Hannibal Lecter who's in the films? Hassan, the Governor, who is the only person I know in the country who is up to the same level of Lost as I am. Episode 2 of Series 2. I wish I could talk about it. Ian, the only problem with the Scotch, the Irish and the Welsh is that they believe they can beat England in the football. They can't. They are and forever will be absolutely rubbish. It's in capitals because he's shouting. Well, so are England, but they're worse. Apart from that, they're all lovely people most of the time. Guten Abend, mein Liebskind, Ian. Excuse me. This is from Gary in Deutschland, who's my German correspondent. Why are you even talking about this? The English are clearly the best. How can they not be when their national drink is tea? Good argument. Mind you, I am a bit confused since I support a Welsh football team, Wrexham, in North Wales. Well, that's just craziness. Ian, Clive Bull is being kind to you. What is this for? Emelina. But he's now getting all the nutters in. Tallulah ratted on you, blacklist her. Oh, dearie me. What? Oh, I can't say about the Ferrero Rocher that Helen behind the glass stole from Clive Bull's table, can I? Hey, Agent Chris made me say it! Agent Chris made me say it! It's all kicked off here. What's Clive Bull going to do? He's not going to do anything. Bob! Give me a number 94, Bob! Unbelievable. Clive Bull from 8 o'clock. I don't care, I can take him in a fight. Although he's got that Zimmer frame, he's pretty lethal with that. Enzo's in Croydon. Hello, Enzo.
Hello, Ian, how are you doing?
I'm alright, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, enjoy the show immensely. About scooters, though.
I will, yes.
Do you drive? Do you have a driving licence?
I have a car and a driving licence.
Well, if you've held it for long enough, you don't need to do a CBT.
Hello, what was that beep?
What beep?
Okay.
Nothing. No, I was saying, if you have a driving licence, you don't need to do a CBT if you've had it long enough.
Well, I've had it for 15 years.
Then you can get on a 50cc and you don't need to do
Come on! That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear a loophole.
They cost money, the CBT, so save yourself...
What's that beep?
Well, there's no beep here.
Hang on. Let's just wait a second. There's things happening every 30 seconds. Let's just... Enzo, see if you can hear this. I'm not... So he's not going to do anything. Let's just wait.
I'm underneath the Crystal Palace radio receiver at the moment. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
There's one coming up. I can feel it. Hang on a minute. Here we go. This is good radio. This is good radio. Stick with this. Here we go. Beep. That beep. Did you hear it?
No, I can't hear it this end. And as regards the scooters getting nicked...
Yeah?
Just get yourself a shotgun. Now, you do need a licence for one of those.
What the hell is this? This is a Nick Ferrari show. We can't go advocate getting shot. But so listen, if I've had my driving licence for 15 years, which I have, I can get a 50cc scooter without any there's another beep, any extra tests.
That's correct. And just get it de-restricted so you're not just sitting there doing 30 miles an hour.
Enzo, can you hear that beep?
No.
Listen.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
What's that?
I don't know. No idea, mate. As I say, I'm sat underneath the Crystal Palace TV transmitter.
I would get... Enzo, get out of there. It doesn't sound safe, my friend.
I'm going now.
Go!
Bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye.
He's gone. Are we being monitored by the government? Are the government in their vehicles and they're monitoring us? This is a little bit scary. Did you hear the beeping? Dear me, I don't quite know what's going on. This last 40 minutes of the show could be some horrible... I don't know what's going on. 087 90 90 973. Oh, fiddlesticks, the Welsh are great. We love them, says Jane in Twickenham. Do you? Do you really? The good thing about the Welsh is that most of them stay in Wales. You like the Scots because we can take a joke and have a drink. And Irish just... I doesn't even really it makes sense. Ed from Hendon says, Ian, don't do it, mate. The wheels are too small. I'm guessing this is talking about scooters. They are rubbish in the wet and they just don't handle. Better off with a 125 trail bike. It just sounds a little bit too dangerous, a little bit too powerful for me. Man, I don't know. Should I do it? Should I not? Now I know I don't need to get a special licence for the scooter. I'm thinking I might go for that. 0870 9090 973. We'll have more of your calls, your texts, and your emails after this.
Iain Lee.
I'm getting so many texts and emails from people who must be getting must have the same friend in America taping Lost and sending it on video over the post. Lee, don't read this email that's coming up on the screen, Chris, because it gives away a bit of the plot. But Leanne says, Iain, I too am on Series 2, Episode 2 of Lost, and I so want to discuss it with someone. A load of texts. I can't say anything. We're disappointed by Series 2, but more of your calls, your texts, and of course your emails after the latest LBC news.
London's LBC 97.3. The 3-hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show.
Call 0870 9090 973.
No way do I ever listen to Iain Lee. Iain, you're much worse than that excellent Clive Ball.
Wow. Controversial words indeed. Clive Bull, of course, coming up at 8 o'clock. I have to be a little bit careful what I say about Clive Bull. It turns out that by doing this shift, I bump into him every single day afterwards. Once we leave this studio, we go downstairs, we get our stuff, and Clive is there. I found out to my horror yesterday. And he has Bob listening to this show. And he has Bob taking down every time I mention his show, every time I say something rude, giving the times and things like that. And I was there for about 35, 40 minutes last night with him going, yeah, and then at 5:37, you said, Bob, it's an old people's show. And then at 6:12, you were saying, taking the mickey out of my number 94. So I've got to kind of restrict the amount of abuse I give to old man not Phil Collins, Clive Bull. So I shall be, but you know my thoughts. Okay, so I just don't want to hang around 45 minutes getting told off by Grandad. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. The last 25 minutes of the show. Keith is in the Chiswick. Hello, Keith.
Hi, good evening, Ian. Nice show.
Thank you.
You just brought back some memories of the scooters.
Yeah.
I actually took the dip and went and bought one about 18 months ago, 2 years ago.
Right. Which one?
I actually bought a Piaggio. Sitting in the garage now.
You bought which one, sorry?
I think it was a Piaggio.
Piaggio?
Yep.
Yep.
And I bought it just near one of the garages which is just closed near North Circular Road.
Yeah.
Got it 1,800 odd quid.
Yeah,
got it kitted out, helmet and everything, and sat on the bike. The sales rep, had it all running and revving.
Yeah.
And off I went straight to make a U-turn all the way around Hanger Lane.
Yeah.
As I got onto Hanger Lane, blue lights behind me come and stop me, saying I stopped over.
Were you done for drunk driving?
No, not done for drunk driving.
No.
They said I didn't have any L plates. Even if I had a full license, which I did have for 15 years or so, I still needed to have L plates.
What?
On the...
Enzo's told me that if I have a full license for 15 years, I don't need to I can just get one.
Well, that's where the confusion is. The instructor said that on the day I did the CBT that I didn't need any L plates. So I got done for 3 points and a fine on that day.
So did you carry on with the scooter, or did you give up and just turn to the booze?
I carried on with the scooter, got drenched on the way going back to North London.
Spilt it everywhere.
Ever since, the scooter's sitting in the garage.
Keith, listen. Keith, thank you very much. Don't drink and drive. 0870 9090 973. Terry's in the Romford. Hello, Terry.
Hello.
Hello, Terry. You all right?
Hello. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. You?
Yeah. Do you know what, Terry? I'm all right. I'm going to go. Do you know what? After the show tonight, instead of going home and watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I did last night, I'm going to go to the gym.
Oh.
And I'm going to pump off for half an hour. What?
Sorry, you just made me laugh.
Yeah, seriously, I'm going to build up a really good sweat for half an hour afterwards.
I'd rather go in the morning. I'm a morning person in the gym.
You really?
Yeah, in the morning. On 1 o'clock.
What? Your break? Well, you've got a terrible reception. Where are you? Underwater?
Hello, can you hear me now better?
Yeah.
A little bit better now?
It's a little bit better now.
Oh, I'm on mobile.
Really?
Yeah.
Terry, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm just, about the Welsh and Irish and Scottish and all that.
Oh, they're rubbish, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, the Welsh are tight.
The what?
Welsh are very tight.
They're tight?
Yeah.
In what way are they tight?
I've got a couple of instances,
I think the Welsh can afford decent mobile phones, though, Terry.
Yeah, very funny. I do need to get a new one.
You do. It's like the old days. I've had better phone conversations on 2 tin cans and a piece of string. Are you being sick?
No, I'm not. I'm just laughing.
God bless you.
My dad's Scottish, so he's very I find him very untight. Got a lot of
loose. I think loose is the opposite of tight.
Untight.
Right. Loose.
And in the Welsh, and I've been on holiday this year, I'll go to... Here's one instance. I went to the car park the other day, and you know when you get...
You went to the car park, yeah?
Yeah, to go shopping.
On holiday?
No. You get your ticket,
yeah.
Right, in Romford car park.
Yeah, no.
And then put your little ticket on the windscreen so you don't get charged all the way or whatever.
Yeah.
And I came back early.
Paying display.
I always give my ticket to somebody else if I come back early and there's a couple of hours on it.
It's illegal, but well done.
Well, that's what I do, because what goes around comes around,
exactly,
right?
karma.
Yeah, so I gave me a ticket the other day, and it was a distinct Welsh accent, and she just said, thank you, and all the other times I've done it, people have gone, how much do I owe you? What do you want for it? You know what I mean?
Terry, hang on a second. Yes. Are you upset because when you gave your parking ticket to someone else, the Welsh woman didn't say how much money do you want for it?
That's just been cheers, like that, thank you, like that, and everybody else goes to me, would you want any money for it? Thank you very much, that's nice of you.
You're saying the Welsh are tight, you're trying to sell on? Paying display tickets that cost, what, a maximum of 80 pence? Maybe a whole £1.20? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We had to cut you off, Terry, because the line was awful and you're a bit tight. Ian's in the Lower Holloway. Hello, Ian.
Hiya.
Hello, mate.
You've left Northerners out of your discussion.
Well, I think they count as English, just.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, actually.
Is this Clive Ball phoning me up?
Who's Clive Ball?
Who's Clive Ball? Clip that bit! Clip that bit! There's a man saying, who's Clive Ball? We'll have that. Who indeed, Ian? He's a voice from yesteryear. Do you remember Max Bygraves?
Yes.
He's his brother. Now...
Okay, well, it's just that I think that us Northerners, we don't always like to be put in the same group as you Southerners.
What the hell is going on? What is this noise on your phone, Ian? Stand still.
Yeah, sorry, the line's a bit funny.
It is a bit rubbish. Give your phone a good whack.
No, it'll go off.
Well, don't get hit it, otherwise we cut you off.
Okay, you may have to cut me off.
Okay, we'll do that. 0870 9090 973. Agent Chris, put through callers that are sober and that have got a decent phone.
Can you do an impression?
That's all I'm asking for. What the hell is going on? We're going to have a good chat between now and... I don't know. Easter, isn't it? I'm not bothered. Ian, before you buy a scooter, this is on the email from Dan. Before you buy a scooter, I recommend you do the following. Number 1, take 3 matches. Number 2, sit on a chair. 3, place 1 match between your knees. 4, hold the other 2 matches at the top of the match between your knees. 5, start making high-pitched scooter noises. This is what you'll look like on a scooter. Get a motorbike and stop being a Nancy boy. From Dan, who then has the cheek to put a PS, can I be a correspondent? Get lost. Cheek of it, unbelievable. Trevor's in the Stansted. Hello, Trevor.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, mate. Oh, at last, one who's got a decent phone. We can have a conversation. Away you go.
Right, Ian, I'm a host on one of the chat rooms on the internet, and we've got some people from Holland that come in.
Right.
His name is Dushy, and we've said, we've been speaking about this, why are you Dutch? He can't even explain itself.
So the Dutch can't explain why they're called the Dutch?
No, but he has added a little bit more interest to it, because according to them, Holland is only Rotterdam and Amsterdam. The rest of them is the Netherlands. So what we call Holland isn't. It's really Rotterdam.
I know why they're called the Dutch now. We've had the answer emailed and texted in, Trevor. Would you like to know?
Yes, I'd love to.
It's because it's... Oh, I've forgotten, actually. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm getting all cocky there. Oh, that's too long. Oh, no, that's too long as well. Here we go. Dutch used to mean German. Right. But that use is now archaic or slang. German and Dutch, I don't know. To be honest, Trevor, it sounds very boring.
Yeah.
I think we should just forget about them.
Okay, right.
Trevor, what do you wear in bed?
Not a lot, nothing.
Oh, no, that's an unpleasant image. I do apologise, London. I should have thought before I asked that, but I steamed straight in there. David says he loves Lost Series 2. Oh, they're doing it. Ian, I like my man to wear boxers in bed. They look good, they're warm, but they're easily accessible. From Tim in King's Cross. A message for the management is on the text 0771 776 0973. I think that you are chasing the drive time ratings, but this experiment ain't gonna work. let's just say it can't fail, to be honest. Ian, I always sleep on the side nearest to the door, as it's me who gets up in the night if the kids wake them up. My husband never gets up for them, says Vanessa. It's 17 minutes to 7. Hello, you. It's the last 12 minutes, goddammit, of this entire show. Don't forget, you can download yesterday's podcast from the iTunes website as well. I can't stress this enough. An exclusive interview with Gene Simmons from Kiss is on the podcast. We're going to play bits of it next week during the show. But this is the full 25 minutes, uncut from the moment he sits down at the microphone to the moment we get up and leave the studio. You can download that. You'll be able to download the podcast from tonight's show tomorrow, I think. I don't understand. Paul from Canvey says, Ian, that chap who didn't know who Clive Bull was, I'll have you know that Clive Bull has a lucrative contract as the new face of Werther's Original. And it also says, I'm turning off until Clive comes on at 8 o'clock. Well done. Dave is somewhere in London. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Congratulations on a fantastic show.
Bless you. Thank you very much. What can I do for you?
Appreciate it. The first thing, Jock.
Yes.
I think Jock comes from the Scottish name James, so you would call him Jock, but I'd like to think it comes from the Cockney rhyming saying that's calling him a sweaty.
The sweaty sock.
Sweaty sock, yeah.
Did the Scots get upset at being called sweaty socks?
No, because they smell anyway, don't they?
Well, that is proper racism, but yeah, that's what it is. But are they, now listen, are they genuinely tight, the Scots? There's this whole thing, isn't it, all this tight with their money?
Tight. Obviously, the black cab driver, barometer is tips.
Of course.
Not that we look for tips, but an appreciation is sometimes gratefully accepted.
It's nice to get a little bit extra for driving someone half a mile down the road.
Well, taking someone's life in their hand and delivering them safely to where they want to go to.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm always tipping airline pilots.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
but the Scots are the worst, are they?
Scots are the worst, followed by people from the north of England.
Yeah, well, they just don't have much money.
Followed by the English.
Oh, controversial.
The Irish are the best tippers.
Really?
And the Welsh don't tip at all because they don't get in cabs.
Well, hey, so the Irish are the best?
Definitely.
But they are a little bit crazy with their money, aren't they? They don't really care.
Just a fun-loving nation, I think.
They're a fun... Dave, are you up for the crack?
Oh, definitely, me old mate.
Nice one. Well, let's see if we can get some later. I didn't mean that. I take that back almost immediately. 0870 9090 973. Ray is in the Walton-on-Thames. Hello, Ray.
Hi there, Ian. How you doing?
Ray, I need a wee.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
Go on then, don't let me stop you.
Well, I better stay here just in case you let out a swear and we have to jump in and save the show. But I can hold it for 9 minutes.
That's good of you, thanks.
It's a pleasure.
Right, would you like some advice on scooters and motorcycles?
Would I like to who, where?
Some advice on scooters versus motorbikes.
It is, yes I would, because I've got this journey to and from work. I'm kind of thinking, let's get a little scooter, nice and nippy, cheap, convenient, but now it turns out I need to get a licence, it's going to get stolen, it's a death trap.
It's not a death trap. I mean, it's like people say, well, I'm scared of flying. They shouldn't be scared of flying. They should be scared of crashing. Don't worry about falling off a scooter because you won't. You open the throttle, you go along, they're fine.
Yeah.
Now, the downside of scooters is they are inherently unsafe compared to a normal motorbike.
Well, why is that?
They've got small wheels, they're harder to turn,
Yeah.
the brakes are generally not so good,
Yeah.
the suspension's not so good.
It sounds like a death trap, Ray. I'm now thinking never leave the flat.
Yeah, but then you never get to work.
Well, do you know what? According to the text I've had today, that might be a good thing. I think that's what London wants.
What you need is a small motorbike.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah, but I've been around bikes and scooters for probably more years than I care to shake a stick at.
I tell you what, the reason I wanted a scooter was because I thought you didn't need to take a test with it. But it turns out you do need to take a test.
If you buy something that's 49 cc's or under, you can generally ride something like that, which is termed a moped, on a car licence, on a full car licence. But check, because the government keep changing the rules very quickly, people can't keep up with it.
Yeah. Ray, listen, it's a good tip. I shall. I don't think I can go for a motorbike. My mum would tell me off. Ian, don't buy a scooter. Get a mini moto. I'll sell you one for 150 quid. You would look great, says David Holliston. Mini motos, those tiny motorbikes that you see yobs and... I won't say hoodies, because we're a big fan of hoodies. But riding them down the street. No, I will not get a mini moto. Matthew is in Ewell. Hello, Matthew.
Hello there, how are you doing?
I'm kind of alright, but I didn't need to go to the loo.
Oh, okay.
So let's keep it brief.
If you can just hold on just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm another mini motorcycle fan.
What, mini moto?
Not a mini moto, no, mini motorcycle.
Okay, the 125.
I've ridden, pardon?
Is it, well, hello, the 125cc, is that what we're talking about?
Well, you know, anything, you know...
I don't even know what CC is.
CC and less than 125. Honestly, I'm sorry to go on you about this, but you do need to get something bigger than a 50cc scooter.
What does a 50cc do? That gets you there, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but, you know, you're going so slow that it's dangerous.
What are you doing, 40 miles... I'm not going to go on the motorway with it. It's just literally to get from North London to West London.
Yeah, I realise that, but...
Do you?
The thing is, yeah, I do realise that, because I've ridden 50cc's, I've ridden 125s, I drive the car at the moment, because I had to have one for work, unfortunately.
How fast does a 50cc go?
Well, it depends. I mean, you can get them to go, you know, 70 mile an hour plus, but I mean...
That's all right.
You know, you're probably going to blow it up if you do that.
But so you can get about 40 miles an hour out of it?
Well, the thing is, it's how quickly you get there. And the thing is, if you've got, say, like a 125, if you need to get out of trouble, if you need to get out of the way of some moving truck or
what do you mean, if you've done a robbery or something?
Well, you know, if you wanted to do that...
He didn't say no, did he?
About that, we'll pardon?
Okay, so but what do you ride then, Matthew?
Well, I don't ride anything. I do motocross, but I don't ride on the road anymore.
No, Matthew, well then it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. I want to speak to someone who's got their wheels on the street, who knows what happens, who knows how to do it. Someone who can help me is, please give us a call, 0870 90 90 973. I'm disappointed by the whole thing. Gunter is in the Leighton. Hello, Gunter.
Long time no here.
Oh, long time no here. Hey, Gunter, how are you?
Not too bad, man. No, not many girls have phoned me since the last time I spoke to you.
Oh, no, you phoned up and you wanted girls to phone you, didn't you?
Oh, man, I was just pulling your leg now.
Okay, what the hell is he talking about?
Anyway, listen, I'm still...
You're raw, Gunter, yeah?
What's that?
Yeah, nothing, carry on.
Yeah, anyway, these little motorbikes, it's my company. I ride with them every day.
Yeah.
Every day. It's like these little zings ones. What I do basically is I work for various car rental companies, and when I'm to a customer, I put the bike in the boot. So you dismantle the whole bike. You take off the fork. You take off the fuel tank. Yeah, and then you go to your customer, and then you drive back.
And they trust you. They trust you with their cars, Gunter.
Yeah.
You sound like a lunatic, though.
No, I'm a very trustworthy driver. And you must see how many people laugh at me. When you drive with these little bikes and...
Do people stop in the street and point and laugh at you on your little mini motorbike?
Well, at least I can do one thing that other bikes can't do. I can go through the smallest gaps in the traffic, and I'm ahead of them all.
Have you ever sort of been driving along slowly on a road and a child has just pushed you over?
No. I do about 40, 41, 42 miles an hour on these...
do you need a special license for it, Gunter?
What's that?
Hello, do you need a special license for it?
No, just normal license.
Now I'm tempted again. Now I'm kind of tempted. Let's do a couple of these texts very quickly. Iain, why are you asking English are the best? Not just in the UK, but the entire world. From Lorna. I'm not convinced the English are the best. I think they come pretty low down. Surely the Canadians and the Japanese are the best two races, aren't they? If you had to pick two best races, you pick Japanese and Canadian. Lovely. Quite sexy, sometimes. Little bit dull, but, you know, that's good. That's good. Iain, did the Welsh give us roast lamb? John from Chingford. Either that's a very rude joke, which I've only just realised, or no, they didn't. I'm sure we discovered that ourselves, because it's very, very good. Paul's in the Watford. Hello, Paul.
Iain, how you doing, mate?
Oh, man, I'm getting a bit clarty.
Oh, don't worry about it. Good show, loving it.
Thank you. Good, well, now, are you a fan of the scooter?
No, I don't like scooters.
Why?
I'm a motorcycle man.
Okay, well, now, I'm worried that if I get a motorcycle, my mum will tell me off, I will get knocked down by a bus, or I'll just look like an idiot.
Oh, yes, I've had all those problems.
Yeah.
How
did you get around them, Paul?
I didn't tell my parents that I was going to get a motorbike for years, and then I said, I had to do the training for it.
And how old were you when you got your motorbike and lied to your mum?
22.
So you're a 22-year-old man, and she didn't know you were riding around on two wheels?
Oh, no, that's true, but I was very experienced by then. I knew what I was doing. Listen, everybody's been making really good points about scooters.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'd be more worried about than anything else is the point that the last guy made, which is basically, if you do get into trouble, and we're not talking bank robberies, we're talking car drivers,
right.
You want to make sure you've got something that's got more power that can pull the skin off a rifle.
I'm confused by this trouble that you're talking about, Paul. And so are you, it would appear. So are you. We haven't got time now. That Paul is, I'm afraid, ate up all of the time, Paul, you had to explain by the trouble that you meant. What kind of trouble? I don't want street hawk or anything, you know, I don't want to be zooming off. Oh, dearie me, I'm so desperate for a wee, and we might end the show a little bit earlier. I think we'll end it a couple of minutes early. Listen, this has been the 3 hour, 4 till 7 Iain Lee Afternoon Wireless Show. I'm back tomorrow, guess when? That's right, 4 o'clock. Stick around, because coming up in just a couple of minutes, it is Sandy Wall with the nightly news. And then, of course, from 8 o'clock, and I've got to be polite because I'm going to bump into him downstairs, it's Clive Ball with his show at 8. I'll see you tomorrow.
This show is completely transparent. If Iain Lee offers you any advice, don't take it. If Iain Lee offends you, he didn't mean it. If Iain Lee is in any way professional, it's a one-off. The show is regulated by the boss.